Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Will Dinwiddie here. Today's word of the day, courage. Courage is the ability to do something that frightens one, and strength in the face of pain and or grief. Okay, so these are things that everybody deals with on a daily basis. Pain and grief, things that scare us. The people that become the most successful are the ones that know how to overcome fears, which means demonstrating courage. That's the only way that you can demonstrate. The only way you can grow courage and build courage is by overcoming fears. It's that simple. Um, I can give tons of examples of this, but some practical ones, I guess, would be like if you are dealing with heartbreak, or if somebody's broken up with you or hurt you in an emotional way. This is something that kind of happens on a, like emotional pain is something that we deal with regularly, more so than maybe maybe getting injured or something like that and still going to work even if you're injured or sick or something like that. But overcoming emotional pain really requires a lot of courage, because it's hard to go back out in the world after you've been hurt. It's hard to go to work when you've been hurt. It's hard to take care of yourself when you've been hurt emotionally. But those are the times that it's the most important to demonstrate courage and step up and do the right thing anyway. So again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about courage, because courage is as simple as overcoming fears. It's doing things even when you don't want to do it. It takes a lot of courage to continue to do something that maybe doesn't feel good, and at that point, you also got to learn the difference between doing something that doesn't feel good because it's good for you and doing something that doesn't feel good because it's bad for you. There is a difference, and you want to learn how to you demonstrate maybe the courage to stop doing the things that are bad for you and do things that are good for you. That's hard for some people to do the right thing. It's hard for people to take care of themselves when it's easier to just go home and watch TV and eat chips and whatever else you do, whatever else most people do when they aren't out there overcoming fears and living their life to the fullest and getting the most out of themselves. When you're just doing average things, the problem with that is that fears start to develop bigger. It becomes harder and harder for you to take on challenges when you keep putting them off. So then it requires a larger burst of courageous energy and effort, which is hard to get out of yourself if you don't do it in little things every day. You're not going to step on stage. You're not going to perform in a contest. You're probably not going to be the first one to jump into an emergency situation to help out if you never practice courage within yourself. So you're not going to be able to make as much of a difference. You will make more of a difference with your life and to the lives of everyone around you by stepping up to the plate and being courageous to yourself, learning how to overcome the voices in your own head that try to pull you back or that try to tell you no, and then also stepping up to the challenges that force you, that force those feelings on you. Like if the challenge wasn't scary enough, then I guess you probably wouldn't have voices telling you, no, don't do that. And then you'd have to be struggling with that voice, So the bigger challenges you take on, the more courage you build, and the bigger your vision in your own head can grow for your life. So if you want to evolve into be the best that you can be, you're going to have to practice overcoming on a daily basis, practice demonstrating courage on a daily basis. So again, courage was the ability to do something that frightens one, so jumping out of a plane or something like that, maybe going and talking to a girl or something, or a guy, if you're a girl. And then strength in the face of pain and grief. So maybe somebody's rejected you, but you're going to go out there again anyway. So maybe you demonstrated courage to talk to this one person, and they said no, but then you're like, okay, you're gonna demonstrate courage and talk to another person. You're not gonna let rejections overcome you and beat you to your knees to where you're not willing to try again. So demonstrating courage comes in many forms, but the main thing is the only way that you're going to grow your courage is by overcoming fears and stepping up to them. So, again, this has been Will Dinwiddie. Don't be average. Be epic, baby.